How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm going to be talking to you about a problem in today's society that I believe is very prevalent. That is whether women should be allowed to sign up for a selective service draft system or not. So, as you may or may not know, selective service is a draft system that has registrants men between the ages of 18 to 25. So the selective service is if there was ever a draft that needed to happen in time of war or when manpower is needed for a military operation. We do have a peacetime draft in place right now, but that could be repealed at any time for whatever reason. So, like I said, it's for men ages 18 to 25. Men have to sign up for it within 30 days of their 18th birthday. They'll get this card in the mail, or it can be printed off online. This is the paper certifying them that they have signed up for selective service. If a man does not sign up for selective service, he is excluded from any kind of federal or state loans, as well as federal or state jobs, and even most local jobs as well. And if a non-immigrant chooses not to sign up for this, non-immigrants or immigrants with a path to citizenship are required to sign up if they are under the age of 26. If they do not, they are not given a path to citizenship for at least 5 years. So, according to the USGAO, women in the U.S. military, they're about 17% of the U.S. military population, with 3% of them being in active combat roles. So, what does this mean? Women are already very prevalent in the United States military, and they deserve equality in everything involved in the military, including the draft. Women deserve equality in male-dominated roles such as firefighters, cops, the U.S. military, as well as women-dominated roles in teaching and nursing. I believe that as long as a woman can perform a task or a job set by the military, then they're perfectly capable of being able to be drafted and doing that job. I believe that there's a job in the military for anybody. So, according to Pew Research, there are currently 11 countries that draft both men and women. Some of these countries have a mandatory military service, some of them don't. However, they do have a very good record of keeping up with this, and they even show that this distribution helps take the load off of just the men and helps evenly distribute this load with all citizens that are eligible. So, according to the BBC, unity and shared responsibility are a big driving factor for why people want to be eligible for the U.S. draft and signing up for selective services. A big push for this is the feeling of patriotic duty, as well as the shared responsibility of helping protect the nation with women. So there's things that can happen in the military that can affect anybody and really improve anybody that signs up either willingly for the military or that are drafted. And this can be personal development, increased resiliency, and even empowerment for being in a position where they believe that they can change society and they are of help. A few of the opposing facts and really the opposing drives for allowing women to sign up for the selective service, according to Schlegel, he believes that the mentality of a lot of men is that it is wrong for us to send our wives, mothers, sisters, daughters into war to fight our battles. However, this is not always the case. I think that it is good for everybody to have a little bit of military experience. I personally do not have any, but I'm not opposed for it. And I think that it's more of a national security thing. I think if you take away sending your mom to war and look at it as setting up the nation for a safer place to grow her or help raise her grandchildren, or for your sister or your daughter, I think that is a lot better perspective on that as well. Another big real opposing issue is for pregnant women, or women expecting a child, single mothers, and women who are in important workforces. This can be the same other than the pregnancy for men as well. So there are workarounds for that. Of course, pregnant women, they will get an excuse for this. Single mothers, them as well, unless they can find adequate childcare, which I'm not sure how that works with single fathers, but there's always workarounds for this. And women in important workforces such as firefighters, cops, teachers, things of that nature, they are also able to be excused from this draft. So now the question is, how can we change this? How can we make this change? So there's a few ways. So the first way would be contacting your local legislator, going to local meetings. It might not start directly at the state level. You could always go to the local level. If they cannot do anything about it, they could definitely get you into touch with somebody who can help you with those next steps. Your local level can take it to the state level, can take it to the federal level, and eventually, hopefully, it'll be seen by the president, Congress, House of Representatives, and we can go from there. I don't believe that we are very far away from this point at all. I know this has been an issue for an ongoing period of time. However, I'm not quite sure exactly how far along in this process we are. So definitely, the more people that we get interested in making this change and the more that we push and get our voice heard, the better it'll be. The second action would be to sign a petition. So change.org has a petition on making women eligible for the draft and signing up for selective service. The petition, minus the YouTube video image, looks just like this right here. So right down here will be a button you click, and it's going to ask for your name, the date, and your email address. That's all it takes. They have close to 200 signatures right now. I'm not sure how long this petition's been going in. I went in there to create my own petition, and this one is already there. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, I'm just going to piggyback off of that and hopefully get that number up past 200. The more people that sign the petition, of course, means that the more people who are looking for change and hopefully a bigger voice for the government. So that's going to conclude this. In conclusion, I believe that by embracing this opportunity for change and for progress, we create a more inclusive society where women have an equal stake in the nation's security and patriotism. Thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. And thank you very much. Have a good night.